Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Of the Devil.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm excited to be back in this one.
Me too. Last time we had a good amount of setup for episode 1. We got some stakes. We got some interesting new characters. We were introduced to a mystery is afoot, and we, I guess, are gonna solve it. But today it seems like we actually get to jump into that and see how we go about solving it, and I'm very excited to see how that goes.
Me too. I'm like genuinely really excited. I had in my mind I not like set this game aside, but I was like thinking about other stuff. And then this week leading up to this game, I started reflecting on it again. I'm like, oh, this game slaps. It's so good. And I'm so intrigued by the mystery. The writing's been really excellent. We've got an iRobot maybe situation on our hands.
Until proven otherwise, I'm just gonna operate as if this is an iRobot situation.
Yeah, we unlocked a daughter.
We
last
did.
Episode.
We did. We don't know that yet. She does, but we don't know that yet.
Daughter obtained. And we're trying.
You okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm squeezed really close to my mic. And to my desk because I would like to be able to lean my nice comfy chair back a little bit and like recline. And I'm like putting my arms on my desk, but that does mean when I start to talk and flail my arms around as I speak,
your funny bone is in danger. Yeah.
I speak with my whole body. I ambulate a lot. So,
well, stay safe.
Even when no one's watching. But yeah, we have a robotic daughter who claims to have been our basically Morgan's friend, who is also the creator of the robots. Essentially, we're trying to figure out what's going on with his death. It's very suspicious. There's is it a murder? Is it not? Is the robot daughter involved in some way? Oh my gosh. I'm just excited. I love this shit.
Me as well. I'm excited to jump in and play some more. Anything you want to cover before we get into it?
I want to say thank you to MF Mega 0X for the sub. Thank you so much for the support. As far as anything else I want to cover before we get in, I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like, VOD viewers won't realize this, but I mean, you and I just talked like literally like yesterday or the day before. Like we had 2 close streams to each other this week, and we've been, we've been on and streaming like kind of every other day, which has been really nice. So I don't really have any like recommendations or updates or anything. I guess if you want those, you can go watch the latest Inscription video.
Fair enough.
What about you? Any updates for you? Anything you want to share?
Nope, still playing Crosscode. I've been watching Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed, the new Tatiana Maslany show on Apple that Short recommended the other day. I'll reserve judgment until it's over. I freaking love Tatiana Maslany, and I will watch anything she's in. I'm trying to decide if the show is good or whether I just like Tatiana Maslany, and I'll get back to you on that one. Sometimes the scripting, I'm like, I don't fully understand the sequence of events that you just put there, but I'm having a good time because, yeah,
That is so fair. Yeah, yeah, we'll report back later.
Yep. Also, I'm attending Anime Expo this weekend. I know it's already started, but I will be there on Saturday. So if anyone else is there and you see me, say hi. I'll probably be wearing either a sweater with dittos on it or a sweater with Terry Ramon on it. We'll decide the day of.
Yes, you got the Terry Ramon one.
It came in about an hour ago.
Yeah! Oh my god. Yes. Oh, please send me a picture. I really want to see what it looks like.
Will do. Absolutely.
Oh, you should definitely wear that. Not to like sway you one way or the other.
We'll see.
more eyes on the Ditto because Ditto's really relevant right now, as we've learned.
And I love my little Dittos, but we shall see.
Oh, I really hope you have fun, and I hope like everything goes well. 1 year we will remember far enough ahead of time that Anime Expo is the 4th of July weekend, and I will come down and join you for it.
I believe in us, but it does take us 3 years to be like, okay, no, but this time.
This is yeah.
But I do believe in us next year.
It's like I should remember that it's on the 4th of July weekend because it's like a major weekend, but oh well. Happy birthday, USA. Go anime.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What a great way to celebrate. I guess we're just probably gonna be I don't want to say taking it easy, but staying local this year, like cooking, grilling out. I'll probably do like some hikes. I don't know. I low-key kind of want to go over to the beach. I might go do that like on Sunday or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Look, California's the only part of the country that's not caught up in the crazy heat dome, so I'd take advantage of it.
I know. It's like 65 and partly cloudy every single day through the weekend, which is awesome, and I feel really bad for the rest of the country
and the world dying. Technically, yeah.
yeah. Sorry everyone, El Nino really sucks, huh? Yeah, fuck. But yeah, those are, I guess, my updates. So everyone, please stay cool and hydrate, and if you can finagle AC, please make that happen. Stay safe.
Yeah, heat's no joke.
Really hot.
Heat's no joke. So please don't underestimate it. Take whatever precautions you can.
100%. Yeah, I know I can joke about it a little bit here because I live in the Northern California area and our weather is just different. But truly, like, take care of yourselves and stay safe this weekend. Mm-hmm. And don't blow anything up, including yourselves. Please don't do that.
Good calls. Good calls.
Have you seen The Pit season 2? Be careful. Should we jump into this game?
Absolutely. Let's do this thing.
Let's go.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of characters on screen right now.
You do.
Yeah. All right. I should not actually be relaxing. I should be locked in. Okay.
Sit up, speak from your diaphragm, all those good things.
Yep. No shrimp mode allowed. We gave a little bit of a summary, like, at the top of the episode. Is there anything that we want to summarize here or go over, or do we want to just jump right back in? How are we feeling?
I think we can jump right back in. Basically, we just finished examining the home and personal workspace of our recently departed friend, who is the creator of the Warm androids, and his personal assistant went to fetch us because he had left us a gift, and that gift was a person. But I mean, like an android.
Yeah, but also it's a person. Like it's clearly a person. Surprise daughter.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we got out of his penthouse apartment and back down to the lobby, but we'll deal with that.
Yeah, that felt like it was a little unanswered whenever we ended at the very end of last episode stream. So did we just walk down here with her, or or walk up here, or is she still in the basement? I don't know. I guess
only one way to find out. Yep.
Yep. You have questions too, don't you? Right now, I'm just a little better equipped to get answers than you are. Okay, go for it. I'll make sure they're watching.
Is the air quality at Noble headquarters kept up to state standards?
What's that?
All these Noble employees seem to have asthma. Was Father also working under such poor conditions?
They don't have asthma.
Then why are they all carrying inhalers?
Yes, ma'am. She's right over here.
Oh, hi.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, it's you. Oh, did I mess up? On the contrary. Oh, that's me. Meg. Yeah. Eyes wide. She's a DA.
Quiet. I'm realizing they hadn't talked, obviously, in the same episodes, but but Emma and Sarah's voice are a little bit close, so I'm gonna slot them into new spots, so that they're a little bit differentiated.
Yep, that works for me.
Okay.
She succeeded spectacularly in getting Noble's ears perked up. Emma Rockford. Didn't think I'd run into you here.
Yeah, didn't think I'd be here either. But the powers that be think my presence sends a strong message to the Megs, so... No, wait. What are you doing here? Oh, I see.
Later.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you for saying that. And thank you, Detective Reyes, for your many kind words. We can't all be as talkative as you. Normally, quoting poetry would feel pretentious, but you're so genuine in your reading. Bite me. Ugh.
I don't know that there's a need for all this.
Very mature, Detective. Did you come up with that all yourself? Oh, no, that's a Kaguya's signature pose. Like the pop star? I need to also differentiate these three. I'm working on it. Reyes is more like vocal fry.
Yeah, they're in different spots. I feel like we just need to like solidify everybody's like little placement now that we have more than one character on screen at a time.
Yeah.
It's really easy to let characters kind of wander when you're not, when they're alone.
It's very true. Suddenly, when they're all next to each other, you're like, well, it's the same picture.
And to be clear, the wandering is acting. Like that's how if you're acting just in general, it should work. Characters should be allowed to wander, but when you're voicing a whole cast, you do have to kind of lock things down a little bit.
That's very true. I don't know what you're talking about. You can admit if you do. Well, there's nothing to admit because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is. Wait, so you're saying you don't know who Kaguya is? She's the most famous... Yeah, well, I just don't know who that is, so... ma'am? Weren't you going to say something?
Oh, well, I'm still surprised to see you here now, Morgan. Are you helping plan the services?
Actually, the company will be planning Dr. Asher's funeral service.
Wouldn't his family want to take care of that?
No.
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 I see. Sorry. But if that's the case, why are you here, Morgan?
Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry to disrupt your morning. Ugh. Hey, You're here for the same reason as every other suit they've got crawling around. Money. You're not wrong. There are a lot of annoying insects with annoying agendas scurrying around before my friend's body is even cold. But the honest truth is, I don't even know if David had a will.
The company helped him manage his estate. Legal is probably already on it. Actually, judging by how much coffee that intern is carrying into the elevator, I'm certain they are.
Right. But if you're not here for the funeral or the reading of the will...
Miss Starling asked me to come here, actually, on a matter unrelated to David's passing.
An unrelated matter?
Yeah, would you believe?
That's convenient.
Yeah, I feel like we could have waited. Who else was going to be able to open that safe? I feel like we could have waited until,
Right?
you know, I just feel like we didn't need to get into all this mess.
Oh, isn't it? But now that I am here, it's come to my attention that the police have made a determination in the case of David's death.
And where did you hear that?
Am I mistaken?
No, you're right. They concluded that it was suicide.
Can always count on her to be blunt. I was worried about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you must be feeling...
Because I'm going to have to contest that charge.
What?
The state has made a charge. I'm arguing against it.
The hell are you talking about?
The police believe David committed suicide. Suicide is a felony in this country, detective.
It is technically a crime to commit suicide, yes, but we're not in the habit of bringing dead men to trial, especially not for their own murder, Morgan.
No, not to trial, of course not. But there would be a preliminary hearing in a case like this.
Technically, as a formality.
It's just making me think of that scene from Catch Me If You Can. Son, this is a preliminary hearing. And there's no one, he just did his whole spiel. There's fucking no one in the courtroom. And I'm just imagining Morgan doing the same thing.
Look, Morgan pulled out all the stops at 2 a.m. in a police precinct, so a preliminary hearing is a step up.
Ma'am, there's nobody here.
I mean, assuming courts aren't busy that day.
I'm afraid that on this occasion, I'm going to have to insist on formality.
Yeah, well, you really don't have much of a say in the matter, do you?
With David gone, I have the only say, really. I am, after all, his criminal attorney.
All that money and he needs his drinking buddy to be his attorney? Bullshit.
I'm also skeptical, Morgan. It's a pretty serious conflict of interest to be your friend's defense attorney.
You're absolutely right. It is a conflict of interest. And I would have said as much to him if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
I only found out that he wanted me to be his attorney today.
After he died? How the hell did you miss that memo?
Embarrassing, isn't it? But to be fair, it was hidden pretty well.
Oh, I didn't know you had an android, Morgan. It's cute.
Thanks, but it's actually
Oh,
David's.
Sarah liked that.
And it's technically my witness.
A witness to what?
38 hours ago, that is, David Asher communicated to me, as a matter of record, the following explicit legal intent. That in the case of any and all criminal charges brought against him by the state, his attorney would be Evangeline Morgan.
Oh, full government name.
I know,
Evangeline
damn.
Morgan.
Dropping it in the lobby.
Wow.
Evangeline.
Whoa.
Whoa. The depth.
No, wait, seriously? Your name's Evangeline?
Reyes, show any decorum and professionalism. Like, literally any.
No. Did your parents name you after a Christmas carol? Oh, should we all be curtsying?
It's not that funny. No, of course not. Nothing to be embarrassed about, Evangeline.
Or do your friends all call you Angel?
I hear Kaguya's on tour, Detective. Should I get you tickets? You could have your dad drive you like all the other 15-year-olds. Hey!
Feels like we're getting off topic. What were we just... I was telling you that David Asher wanted her to be his criminal defense attorney. My dad, who's dead!
Imagine my surprise.
An android's recording of a verbal expression of intent isn't exactly ironclad, Morgan.
That's fair. And if we were going before an upper level court, I would expect that would be open to all kinds of scrutiny. But we're talking about a preliminary hearing. A formality, as you called it. If he asks for representation, he deserves representation. Doesn't matter whether he's dead or alive.
Am I missing something? What difference does it make? Not even an adjunct would be obtuse enough to sentence a dead man.
Oh, adjutant. Sorry, I read that wrong. No, there won't be a sentence, but the adjutant will render a verdict. And verdicts have consequences, even for the deceased.
Is that what this is about?
What's she getting at?
If the court agrees that this was a suicide, that verdict will retroactively affect evaluations of the individual's mental health.
Like whether he was in his right mind or not. You know anything about estate tax law, Detective?
No. But I'm sure you'll be happy to educate me.
More than happy. An individual found by a court to not be of sound mind can't very well give their consent to the lawyer drawing up their will. If his will is compromised, all of David's considerable assets would suddenly be thrown into legal limbo.
In which case, the state would be legally obligated to come in and pick up the pieces.
So this is just about his money? I'm almost disappointed in you, Morgan. Well, when you take into consideration all the factors, it's actually more complicated than that. For example, never mind.
No, Starling, you should speak your mind.
All I mean to say is that while Dr. Asher did have significant holdings in art, real estate, and intellectual property, he also, of course, owned a great deal of stock in numerous corporations, principally Noble. If he was ruled to not be of sound mind,
and his shares were to end up acquired by the government,
Noble would suffer a serious blow to its commercial image and its standing in the financial community.
All of which is to say, there's a great deal at stake here. Not the least of which is the reputation of a man whom I was proud to call my friend.
You're not buying this, are you?
in case you haven't noticed, the city is working closely with Noble on this, and they're not going to let you bring them any unwanted attention.
Sterling did her part. They're watching, and they've stopped trying to hide it. From here on out, it's a gamble. Noble Electronics already has unwanted attention.
Why are you raising your voice?
If nothing changes, by the end of the day, the whole country's going to hear how David Asher committed suicide. By midnight, there will be questions about his competency, concerns about why the brain inside every single Noble ad was built by an apparently unstable man. The shareholders will have nothing to do all Sunday but brood over that sad thought and all its disturbing implications. By the time the markets reopen on Monday, I would expect a great deal of volatility.
That's so.
I understand Noble's apprehension, of course, Emma. I just feel like right now, the fiscally conservative thing to do would be to not get in my way.
So, you've got your reasons, and Noble's got a lot to think about. But why should the district attorney's office devote valuable time to playing out this game of yours?
Because they're certain they'll win.
That goes without saying. The courts should have an opening at 6 p.m.
I didn't have anything planned.
Then it's a date. Detective, would you get her clearance set up?
Yes, ma'am.
Updates every hour, yeah? You're out on a limb, Morgan. Better not linger.
Here. Clearance for all the relevant sites and police firewalls. You can interview and investigate with your authority as an officer of the court now. If you haven't already been doing that. Don't even think about being sloppy with discovery on this. Rockford might think you're funny, but I appreciate the warning, Detective Reyes. It's nice to know you care.
I live to serve.
And protect. Thanks for the assist, darling.
Yeah. No sweat. Are all cops like that? Or are they more like that Detective London gentleman?
Most are like her, most are like him.
I honestly don't know.
No, we only have 2 samples. My gut would be that most are like him just because he's been on the force longer, and I have to assume their turnover isn't so high that all of their people are junior, but I don't know. That's not based on anything real. Like,
yeah, I would say most are like him.
Okay.
Yeah. Most cops I've met are like London, yeah.
Courteous and polite and friendly?
I was gonna say jaded, but sure. Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Lazy.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll see you at the courthouse tonight. If you need anything in the meantime, don't be afraid to ask. Good luck, both of you.
What do we do now?
Well, I have a few options. I have access to the crime scene now, probably the best place to start. I'd like to head over to the company building as well.
To get me registered?
Among other things. Either David killed himself, or he didn't. But if he did, it's almost certainly his asshole corporate overlords who are to blame. In which case, I'll want to take my sweet time raking them over the coals.
It's deeply odd to me that she's not analyzing why David decided to give her Sarah now. Because that was arranged before David was killed, or before David's death.
Yeah, it was arranged before David's death, but I feel like it was done so with the knowledge that he knew he was going to die. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's no way otherwise, because it was behind a whole bunch of puzzle doors and things like that. And if David was alive, couldn't we have just picked it up? You know, like, I don't know. It seems very clear that that was I'm about to get got, and I need my daughter / property taken care of, and also I need somebody to defend me in court, which was, or maybe not, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I read it that way too. But I mean, this could go in so many directions. Like this could be, you know, he did kill himself, but he did so with some kind of intent. Like there's some
again,
layers there.
iRobot.
Yeah, iRobot style. Sarah did it. But her I don't know, her consciousness personality that we're encountering now was only like initiated after maybe she killed him or something, or maybe she did kill him and she remembers.
Yeah, and sorry, when I said
us.
iRobot, I didn't mean specifically that Sarah did it, more just that it was done to send a message, whether, like, because in iRobot, yes, Sunny does it, but it's still kind of suicide because, you know,
that's the whole crux and argument of his death. Yeah. So like there's something in there about it. I mean, it seems like Morgan didn't do it as far as I can tell. I mean, Morgan also keeps pleasure cards close to her chest, until like from us the player as well until like later. So it's possible that like Morgan was involved in some way, but so far there hasn't really been any indication to us the player.
She was doing something. We know she was doing something because we got confused because the thing she was doing sounded like it was the case from chapter 0, but it wasn't. But it was something that she explicitly called attention to. She's like, oh, this must have happened while I was blank.
Doing X.
Yeah. So she was doing something.
Which could be related.
And then the person who was with David had black text. Which may not matter, but David's text notably was the green that is being used for him, so maybe it matters. I don't know.
That's true.
How consistent that is.
Talking to someone else. And I don't think he was talking to Sarah in that scene. I think he was talking to someone else.
Like I said, the person he was talking to had black text. So
okay.
And I don't think Sarah's text is black.
I don't think so. Fascinating. Yeah. Or he was murdered, but it was set up to look like a suicide because it's all a big, I guess scandal /
shareholder scheme /
shareholder
asset
scheme.
Rush. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe he knew that it was going to happen and he has some sort of fail-safe in place. Maybe Morgan's the fail-safe that's gonna prove that it's a scheme. I don't know. This is exciting. Lots of potential paths here. Okay. I think I read this line already. What are you doing? She's
Nothing.
copying her.
Nothing? What about Father? When can we see him?
He'll be at the morgue by now. The medical examiner will speak to me now that I'm operating under the court's authority. But if I stop to flash paperwork at every nurse and security guard with nothing better to do than ask questions, I'll have to... what's that look for?
You were Father's friend.
Thank you again for reminding me.
Aren't there people you'd like to speak with? Other friends who'd want to know?
Bad news travels fast. I'm sure everyone in the country has heard about David by this point. But all that heartbreak shit did keep me pretty occupied these last few weeks. And I was never one to pry. But if there was someone who could tell me more about David's personal life over the last several months, it'd be worth the effort of finding them. Do you have someone in mind? Maybe someone he met recently?
He spoke about becoming close with someone this year. A musician.
Now that you mention it, there was a Po something that David might have mentioned when we talked back in,
I will begin a search. I have completed my search. I found nothing.
Thanks for the old college try. She's doing her best. I love Sarah. Is that really the best you can do?
Father was a private man, in person and online. With just a few letters and the fact that he was a musician, I'm afraid we don't have enough information to narrow down the results, Adonai.
No, we have plenty of information. We just need the right person for the job.
What kind of person is that?
Time. Date. Expunged.
Expunged? Oh, we don't know when.
Precinct 112. Detainment room 1.
Oh. And who would you even have called? Oh,
Is
hi.
this
This
Brat?
is you, yeah. Yeah, this is Brat.
I don't know. But I still should have gotten my phone call. Instead I got you. Who are you again? My latest guardian? New foster parent? Want me to call you mommy?
This is Brat, right?
I think this is Brat.
That's what I thought. I feel like it's the same face silhouette, but
It's
I'm
hard
pretty
to tell.
sure
it was a little chibi in the phone.
yeah. Or is this a flashback? Oh,
It's a flashback.
Or like
That's why the date
right.
and time is expunged.
That's right. This is Brat, but this is when we first met Brat. Okay. I'm assuming. I'm not really the motherly type.
I think this is setting up that Brad is going to be the one to help us find the right person.
I see it.
Yep.
I see it. Cool.
Heyo! We might actually get along.
So, I've got good news and bad news. I'm not your guardian, I'm your lawyer. You've been given a lawyer because you're being charged with a felony.
Fascist pigs. Skipping school's a felony now?
Hacking into a government database has been a felony for a very long time, actually.
That wasn't me.
They have your keystrokes, your IP address, your login times, and the playlist you were listening to.
That was for a homework assignment.
Here's what I don't get. You got in, copied the data, could have gotten right out. State wouldn't even known that they'd been robbed until they saw their passwords show up on a black market clearance 2 weeks later. But you didn't get out. You stayed and made changes to their database. You robbed the bank, got clean money, then dragged a can of spray paint behind you all the way home. Why?
Look, I didn't steal anything that wasn't already compromised. And the only data I edited was my own. So if anything, that they should be thanking me for correcting their mistakes.
What? Did they get your birthday wrong?
My name.
Name changes are only 2 pages of paperwork. You just need to fill out the form.
And get a signature from a parent or a guardian. So, what's the good news then?
Well, the good news was that I'm your lawyer and not your guardian.
Well, that doesn't count as good news. That's just a thing you said.
Don't be so sure. A lawyer's a lot better than a guardian.
How's that?
Parents, guardians, foster whatevers, they're all supposed to take care of you because it's the right thing to do. A lawyer is someone who always does what's best for you no matter what, because that's how they get paid.
So good are you at your job?
Hello. Hello, Monker.
It's pronounced cur.
I know how it's pronounced. I thought I just said that. That's funny.
Don't call me that.
When I met Fran in that police station, I couldn't help but bet that I'd landed the jackpot. A valuable asset with a skill set complementary to my own personal and private pursuits. Someone who, after seeing the sweetheart probation deal I managed to land for them, would be more than happy to help me with whatever I need, whenever I need it. Always so cold, Fran. Can't even get a good morning.
No such thing. Nothing good has ever happened until the afternoon when people are actually awake.
What I got instead was a compulsive liar with a horrific sleep schedule and a crippling addiction to poor time management.
Yeah, what's up? What do you want, Red?
I can't call you just for fun.
Not if you don't want to get blocked.
I need you to find somebody for me.
Can't do it. I've got homework.
We both know the only time you ever do your own homework is during the class it's due.
And I've got sports.
You can't tell a basketball from a hockey stick. Come on.
And I've got a bidding war to win.
That I believe. You're the only person on Earth bidding on 70-year-old Coochie and Air Jodan vintage reps, Fran. I think you can take your eyes off the auction block.
So, yeah. So sorry. I'm so busy, so...
I was hoping we could skip straight to the carrot portion of the routine, but if you insist on doing things from the top... I had an interesting conversation with your parole officer yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
They've been really into the self-prefixes lately.
What?
Self-motivation, self-actualization, self-help.
Oh.
And he thinks you can really benefit from it.
You're lying.
He's got all the workbooks ready.
Ugh.
Clearly your Saturdays are stacked, so I'll make sure your Sundays are full of...
Fine.
I need you to find a local musician, please.
Musician? Oh, knowing you, this'll be Electro Swing or something.
Electro Swing came back real hard in the cyberpunk dystopia.
But like 5 years ago in the cyberpunk dystopia.
Yeah.
It's already past the cyberpunk dystopia.
In 2080, now it's like 2086
yeah, his friend's
or
like,
whatever.
God. It's like ska. No, I feel like ska is really popular right now. It's replaced Cyber Swing, Electro Swing.
Wait, I would really fuck with Hyper Swing. That sounds awesome.
I'm here for Hyper Swing.
Hyper Swing and Cyber Ska.
Yeah. And somehow sea shanties are back too.
What is old is new once again.
Is that not the defining aspect of cyberpunk?
That's true.
Oh,
and
God.
as we've learned, all of the Gen Zers are like basically the age of baby boomers now, like in this world. So
they're bringing it back.
Everything's being brought back.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Last name Powell or Parker.
And that's all you got?
They'll be in David Asher's circles.
Wait, Asher? You're working on that?
That should be more than enough for a clever kid like yourself to go on.
Don't go expecting any miracles.
I need this soon. Within the hour, ideally.
You know I have other clients, don't you?
Other clients who actually pay you on time? A musician. Find him.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Brat.
Even talking over the phone, you are very animated, Adonai.
What do you mean?
Just that you're very expressive when you talk to people.
Of course I'm expressive. If I wasn't, how would anyone know what I'm thinking?
I see. I'll keep that in mind as we...
Wait, you really expect to tag along?
Of course. Father was...
Yeah, I know what you want to. Oh, I know you want to, but why should I let you?
Because I am capable and helpful.
Uh-huh.
I mean it. I can take notes for you. And move heavy objects. And
that is
I'll
true.
learn to do more.
How?
I will subject every individual we encounter to a basic survey. To procure biographical information on them while I gain experience in questioning.
Subjecting them to torture.
I can help, Adonai.
How fast can you fill out forms?
Fast.
Congratulations! You're halfway to being a paralegal. You coming?
Right away, Adonai.
Come on, my paralegal daughter.
Yes!
You're hired. Neither of us have a choice in the matter, but
Nope. This was forced upon us.
it is what it is.
Noble
All right,
Employee
where are we?
Housing Building. Placia.
Okay, we're in the same spot.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go see the murder scene or the death scene. The place the body didn't die but became ill enough to have to be sent to the hospital.
Where the body had been discovered.
No, but it wasn't a body yet. That's the only thing I want to stress is that he apparently died in hospital.
That's right. Where fuck yeah, that's so sus.
Yes.
Sorry, I said that with feeling.
No. That, like I said, that's why I wanted to flag that real quick. God, I forgot how annoying this guy. Sorry, one sec. Please take me to. I just want to get to the. Okay, I want to get to Kerr. Thank you. That's all I wanted. Okay.
Yeah.
Kerr, an archaic term for a dog. Yes, I know what Kerr meant. I just thought it might have.
Okay. You meant car.
And then it. Oh, I don't like this UI.
What?
I don't like this UI. I don't like it. Okay. Preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a step in the criminal court process in which a judge or jury will evaluate whether there exists sufficient evidence to justify a trial. Between security systems, personal devices, biomonitors, IoT crumbs, automated dependents, and mods, it is extremely rare in modern times for the people's evidence of a crime to be found lacking, making preliminary hearings somewhat of a formality that is frequently sidestepped without protest from the defense.
Okay. Well, Turing solution?
You know what the Turing solution is?
Yep. David Asher's
Oh, sorry. Did we want to read it? I
don't think we read this.
Okay.
I think it's new.
Okay.
David Asher's postgraduate thesis on intelligent programmatic linguistic weighting, a body of work which would come to be known as the Turing solution, named for supposedly being the answer to all past, present, and future Turing tests. Wow. True to its name, David Asher's base code has yet to fail any Turing test, a test designed to determine if given answers come from a human or machine applied to it with a success rate below 99.97%. A number of think tanks, charities, and corporations hold bounties for designing new Turing tests for the sole purpose of running them against David Asher's work, though none have announced the awards of any prize money thus far.
Okay.
Basically, he broke the Turing. He created an AI that always passes the Turing test.
Yeah.
Or he created the baseline for AI that will always pass the Turing test. Fascinating.
Adroxone inhalers. First legalized in 2083, the stimulant sold under the name Adroxone has since become one of the most widely used drugs in the corporate world. As a Class 2 stimulant of least concern, employees of any corporation in good standing with the Bureau of Narcotics Oversight can have access to Adroxone without a prescription so long as their HR representative feels it would be beneficial to their work performance. Workplace Adroxone, as it is sometimes called, is dispensed through biomonitor enhanced inhalers that automatically detect overdoses and keep track of possible habit formation. Automatic safety levels may be adjusted at supervisor's discretion. Unsubstantiated claims that Adroxone was first invented as a purely recreational drug by the notoriously violent Skullhead Mafia caused enough of a stir that in 2083 a formal investigative committee was formed. Unfortunately, in 2084, an industrial hydrogen fuel accident resulted in the deaths of all 391 known Skullhead members, placing the investigation on an indefinite standstill. So it's super coffee that your work does to control you, I guess.
Yes, it's a HR workplace monitored stimulant. I mean, that is just kind of what albuterol inhalers are to begin with.
Yeah.
Wow, damn. That is so dystopian and wild. Kaguya is the stage name of a singer/songwriter known for her powerful voice and her stage persona's intricately crafted lore. After releasing a blitz of chart-topping singles, a quadruple platinum album, and a bevy of cultural reset music videos in just the last 3 years, she has come to be considered the leading living figure in the pop music and popular culture realm. Kaguya's official age is listed as 1,086 years old. She released her first single, Orbit, in 2083, which went on to peak at #1 on the Billboard Top 100, the Rubicon Digital Singles Chart, and the Night Music Video Streaming Tracker, making it one of the fastest selling singles in history.
Sounds like she really leads into the actual, like, the Kaguya lore.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, like...
She's from the moon.
From the
she
moon.
She lived forever.
Yeah, like gorillas or like a VTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personal details on the pop star remain scarce, and protecting her anonymity has become a core part of her fan culture. When a retired facial analysis expert claimed that her stage makeup was formulated specifically to make facial recognition on her impossible, a representative for her record company met with the press to clarify that she is simply a private person who wants her fans to enjoy the experience that is Kaguya's voice. Users also frequently searched for Kaguya lore explained, Kaguya iceberg explained, Kaguya Lunatropic tour tickets where to buy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Lunatropic. Yeah, she is leaning into it. Wait, I think there's a few more things in there.
It's unchecked, so.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought there was another. Weird. I guess we did it all. Okay, cool. Sweet.
Yep.
And then profiles. Fran,
student hacker, but don't put that down, obviously. Likes haptics, synth music, cinnamon toast. I too enjoy cinnamon toast.
I want cinnamon toast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I haven't thought about cinnamon toast in a bit, but now I would like it. Thank you for the reminder, Fran.
I'm gonna have some cinnamon toast. That sounds really lovely.
Mm-hmm. Values rarity, originality, history, and vibes. Does not have a favorite subject and is bad at literature, social studies, and athletics. Okay, cool. And
I love them.
Reyes, did this get updated?
Likes chewing gum, sports drinks, and biking. Dislikes babysitting. That's so specific.
I guess that tracks. And manspreading. Right. Okay, cool. Sarah. Unemployed paralegal? Question mark. I'm good at lots of things. I'm not sure how skills differ from talents. I also like the 180-degree rule. No, it's a good rule.
Yeah, that's good. I also like the blood type UAD because it's got fake blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blood.
And then Rockford updated? Or maybe we just haven't actually had a profile for Rockford yet.
I think we might have gotten one at the very, very end of last chapter, and then, cool. Okay.
Likes milk tea, white noise, and black lace. Dislikes artificial sweeteners, home remedies, and ink stains. Reads true crime and bodice rippers. Best at getting the staff's attention. Worst at deciding what to order.
I feel like listening to true crime would be too close to your job.
Yeah, right?
But that's okay. You do you.
Yeah. Whatever helps you unwind at night, you know?
Have you heard of a musical? A true crime musical called Like Father?
Oh. Pretty quiet elevators, huh? Dang.
I believe in this instance, the 180 rule is referring to in film where in order to keep storytelling clear, you don't cross the 180. Like there's a line I don't know how to describe it. Basically, you don't want the camera flipping from side to side of a person, or people will lose track of who's where, and the overall like framing of a scene. So there is a line that you don't want the camera to cross, and you want it to stay on that side.
Yeah, exactly. It's so that because your eyes will naturally follow the action like that the camera is like informing your eyes of, with the direction that it's like that it's facing or moving, or that the action within the frame is going. And if you suddenly reverse it and are going the opposite way, it breaks continuity and it like fucks with your brain. Yeah.
It's one of those things where you will never notice it until it's broken, and then you will absolutely notice it.
Yes.
and now you have a phrase to put to what's going on there and why it feels so uncomfortable.
Yep.
Okay.
We talk about it all the time at work. Although everyone that I work with is extremely skilled and doesn't break the 180 rule. So
yeah, I feel like you just kind of by default, if you're like a skilled cinematographer, you're like, yeah, we're just gonna not do that unless there's a purpose to doing it.
Yes, yeah, you can intentionally break it if you're trying to do something, but yeah.
You could have taken the next one.
It's a busy building, Detective. Can't hold up everyone else on our account. Anything you'd like to grumble at me before I start?
Don't touch anything. I don't care that you're wearing gloves.
I have been to crime scenes before, you know. Long before the police get there in many cases.
Look, Rockford asked me to not get in your way, but that doesn't mean I'm going to bend over for you.
Do you at least have the autopsy report?
No.
Are you seriously?
I don't.
She doesn't? The report should have come in hours ago. It wouldn't take this long unless the cause of death was still...
Then I'd settle for a summary of the preliminary findings, please. An emergency call was made shortly after 8 p.m. last night via the home security system. Emergency medical services had a VTOL in the air within the minute. They landed on the penthouse's helipad at 8:08.
Nice that it had a helipad.
Yeah.
Dr. Asher was found unconscious with low blood pressure and a weak heartbeat. He wasn't breathing.
I'm realizing this is part of the canopy. There's probably helipads all over the place. That's
Yeah,
probably
that makes sense, yeah.
adds default, yeah.
Because
they don't go to street level, so yeah.
Yep, they don't go to street level, so they need,
ways to access
in that way.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're rich. Yeah.
And they're rich.
Yeah.
In-flight auto triage administered artificial CPR while in transit to Gatesfield Memorial. He was declared dead in a few minutes after being taken to the emergency wing.
I see. And the cause of death is...
being investigated.
Make an educated guess.
He stopped breathing, so they gave him oxygen. His heart stopped pumping, so they had machines take over. His brain activity dropped to 0, and there wasn't anything else they could do.
It was poison, wasn't it? What kind? You don't know, do you? They don't know either. Huh.
Like I said, ma'am, we don't have the autopsy report yet.
But it was already declared a suicide, so interesting.
Interesting.
Why are you certain it was poison, Adonai? Couldn't it have been an accidental overdose?
If he had overdosed on a commercial drug, even a pre-med student would have spotted it in the hospital's intake screening. They would have been able to pump his stomach, neutralize his bloodstream, and he would have lived.
But he didn't live.
He was poisoned.
Well, I noticed
Died by
a
poison.
solo cup with whiskey next to it over there, so 2 solo
I
cups,
do-
notably.
That's true. And the scene that we got was them drinking.
Yep.
Like
Cheers
right
to
before.
friendship.
Cheers to friendship. Yeah. Oh no, I don't know. I think Morgan still could have done it.
Morgan could have done it, but then Morgan would have both black and red text. I'm sorry. He had green text in the start, so like I need to know how ironclad the UI is.
Yeah, I understand it's storytelling through the UI. I don't know. Yeah, it still could be someone else, but
Yeah, of course it could be Morgan, but again, she seemed. I think Morgan definitely killed somebody last night, and it may have been David. We'll see.
I mean, it also may have been unintentional.
Yeah.
Maybe they were cheersing, she was there, and
then left?
And he died of, or, fell to the poison? I don't know.
It's possible.
I don't know. But also she could have just not been there at all, and it's just another person that was drinking with him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it might be the musician guy.
Well, right now there's literally only 2 suspects. So I think let's see what we uncover as we go through this.
Okay. So it must have been something. So it must have been something deadly. A compound designed solely to kill. A fast-acting, deadly poison that causes respiratory failure. The list can't be that long. Even just through process of elimination, the medical examiner should have identified it by now, unless you suspect a designer drug, don't you, detective? Why is it you're only quick on the uptake when it suits you? Nothing else makes sense, given what we know and what we don't.
But the CDCA decriminalized and cataloged all recreational drugs.
Guess you aren't entirely clueless about politics.
So whatever Father overdosed on should have been in the hospital's database.
You need to update your definitions. You're confusing designer drugs with recreational drugs.
What is the difference?
Recreational drugs are decriminalized and sold through pharmacies after years of testing and mountains of paperwork. While the average designer drug was invented last week with a 19-year-old line cook's bathroom on the other side of the globe. Hospitals can't know the proper countermeasures for an overdose of a drug that didn't exist 48 hours ago. I came across makeshift labs all the time when I was when I was a uniform. The equipment's cheap and widely available. Black market cooks, gray market peddlers, and white-collar lobbyists all chasing each other's tails in a long line to find the next big hit. CDCA didn't change shit. Most people die from ODs than ever before. Only difference is their families finding them in the living room and not beat cops finding them on street corners. Real comforting, I'm sure. If it wasn't you talking, I'd say that was a criticism of law enforcement. Not law enforcement, just a law. Assuming it was a designer drug, that would certainly make things more complicated. For the insurance guys, maybe. For us, whatever he used to do it, he still killed himself. Or didn't kill himself, if you insist. I'm going to take a look around now. Yeah, sure. Make yourself at home. What's that face for?
I thought that there would be an outline.
Well, he didn't die here. An outline?
Around where they found Father.
Like in the movies?
Like in film.
Connect to the police's network and bring up their ARCS file.
– – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – –
Because there was a chalk outline, not chalk, a little laser outline in ARCs last time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let's see what's here.
Yep.
Ooh.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
There is an outline. And, oh, so this is where
He died at the hospital. This is just where the medics found him.
And it's the sensors and cameras they were wearing that create the basis for this ARCs?
They didn't realize they were walking into a crime scene, but their body cams gathered data all the same.
Sorry, one thing I want to flag real quick. It was the house's security system that recognized what was happening to David and called the hospital.
That's correct. Yeah.
But it hasn't been used to report if somebody else was here. Despite the fact that there's 2 solo cups on the table, obviously somebody else was here.
Oh.
So we should have footage of that. But maybe they don't have access to it?
Maybe they don't have access to it, or...
Because I was because David didn't have any androids, I was... Like, we knew from downstairs with the pad with the really long code that we couldn't access, that that's where the information for his home security system is stored. So we knew he had the home security system, but I don't know, it's just interesting that it has not seemed to flag that another person was here.
Yeah, at least as far as we can tell right now. Yeah.
So what, when, how, where, why is it monitoring, and when is it not? Is just something we should keep our eyes on. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Where do we start?
You can start by following behind me and trying to be as quiet as possible. I'm starting to get a feel for when she's pouting, even without looking.
Okay, let's do this thing.
All right, we'll start here. Yeah. Or, well, okay. A chessboard and a data pad with a series of characters on it. E4, C5, NF3, E6, D4, CX, D4, NX, D4. This is...
It's a game.
It's a game.
Assume.
Yeah, it's a game of chess, right?
Yeah.
Algebraic notation. Was he studying an old game or playing against himself?
Black has a checkmate in 40 moves.
Wow, a robot that's good at chess. We had to put you in a museum. But I'll take your word for it.
What do you mean? Do you not play, Adonai?
No, especially not against David. Ugh.
Well, that is to be expected. Anyone who challenged Father to a battle of wits would naturally grow tired of losing.
Every game starts the same. Each player has the same pieces, the same moves, the same options. It's a true test of wit. It's a true test of wit, strategy, and forethought. To me, it always seems so...
Boring?
It always seemed too fair. The smarter player wins every time.
And that is something you take fault with.
Of course! How's a guy like me supposed to win a game like that?
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. It says here that when the medics arrived, he was on the floor face up.
Does that tell you something?
It's very cute. It's very cute.
Hey, if you were going to drink a glass of poison, would you be sitting or standing when you did?
I find it very difficult to speculate on that hypothetical scenario.
The seat by his body is pulled out. If he was seated when he lost consciousness, I would expect to find him slumped over on the table.
But he wasn't found slumped over.
No, he wasn't. And if he had been standing when he lost consciousness, I would think he would have fallen forward or at least collapsed less neatly.
So, what can you conclude from that, Adonai?
Only that I'm missing something.
2 solo cups. Why is he drinking out of solo cups?
Better take a closer look. Huh.
They're explicitly solo cups.
Those are solo cups. Spilled alcohol. The ARCS shows how it looked last night before it evaporated. No foreign substances in the puddle. It's clean. So does that mean wherever this spill came from must be clean as well? Rose River Whiskey, 12 years old.
You recognize it?
Sure, he was more than partial to the brand. It's a good brand. Only a bit overpriced, which is the bargain of a lifetime in David's world.
It appears that the police have already tested its contents. No foreign matters present, was their conclusion. Is it possible that the police missed the poison?
No. Even if they can't identify the poison, they can detect its presence by comparing samples of the whiskey to a bottle off the store shelf.
So we can eliminate the possibility that the bottle of whiskey was poisoned.
We'll have to find our smoking gun elsewhere. Another cup. 2 cups. One empty, knocked over, and one mostly empty. These look cheap. Did his guest bring these?
I've seen them before, in the basement liquor cabinet.
He kept these lying around? I knew he regifted those crystal glasses I got him.
Ark says there's nothing foreign in the upright one, so it can't have been poisoned. Results are inconclusive on the other cup, however.
Looks bone dry. Must have been nothing but fumes left by the time this was considered a crime scene. Just not enough there for them to test.
Inconclusive could mean...
Inconclusive means inconclusive. That's all. Oh, cheer up and read me the results of the fingerprinting.
Father's prints are on both cups, as expected. But there are someone else's on the upright cup. So, someone else must have been with him last night.
Whoa, slow down. All that proves is that someone else touched the cup. Doesn't tell us when they did it. And since we don't know who the prints belong to...
Adonai, why don't we know who the prints belong to?
Are the prints flagged as unidentified, or...?
No, there's space for a name, but the field is black.
Redacted? Shit. Am I already that late to the action? Detective Reyes. Yeah? There's a second set of prints on the cups. Is there a form you'd like me to sign? Doesn't matter how nicely you ask. Sometimes people just can't answer. You should know that damn well, Madam Counselor. I was afraid you'd say that.
I don't understand, Adonai. What does this mean?
It means that whomever those prints belong to has very proactive representation.
I'm sorry. This is the last time I'll mention it, but I'm feeling very vindicated on pointing out the black text because now their name is blacked out too. I'm just saying. I'm feeling very vindicated on this.
Yeah. That's such a good point.
And again, it could still mean nothing, but as they're saying this, I'm like, see?
You're right. It matters. It's all connected storytelling. Those prints belong to a witness, as you've guessed. You're more than welcome to their testimony. But their identity is... their The department is being very considerate of the witnesses' privacy out of respect for their time and appreciation for their cooperation. Fine, forget the name.
That easily?
Subpoenas are always an option, but I'm short on time. What did the witness have to say for themselves, Detective? To paraphrase, they came to see Dr. Asher last night. The two of them talked, and they had a drink together. Then the doctor got sick, so they activated the emergency system from the panel in the kitchen. Okay, so they
activated.
It wasn't the.
That means it wasn't
activated
actively
it.
monitored, but also the
Okay.
police know that that person was there. So that's
Yes.
yeah, that gives
Okay.
us double info.
That's super helpful. Okay.
Oh, hi Basil. Okay, sorry.
The EMTs came and took them both to the hospital. Asher's condition got worse. All of the witnesses' vitals were normal. The witness had their vitals taken? Then there should be a record of their admission at Gatesfield. And that's it. I'm guessing you didn't just take all of that on faith. Penumbra is set up in most of the rooms on this floor. Everything the witness told us was corroborated by the building's own surveillance system.
Okay, so it was documented.
Okay. All right. So, yes, we can guarantee that the witness never put anything into Asher's drink. Interesting. Okay. I'm guessing that I can't have the keys to the penumbra, can I? Not until the witness's lawyers are done reviewing it. Lawyers, plural? Ooh. I don't have time to trade jabs with the law offices of Johnson & Johnson. Ugh. Say, how about I give you their business card? The law offices of Kokler, Gustav, Prince, and Prince. That was close. No way I'll be getting any client information out of them directly. If all you bloodsuckers want to get together and tear each other apart, text me before you start. I'd like to watch. Yeah, I bet you'd like to watch. What does that even mean?
You set yourself up for this, Reyes. What do you mean?
She's such a girl failure. She's so bad. She's like, I'm all that. I know exactly what I'm talking about until Morgan goes, do you? And she goes,
what are you implying?
Yeah, what do you mean? Do I?
Exactly that. Thank you for the demonstration, Reyes.
Oh my god. I don't know. Needed a moment to think. So that was it? One chat, one peek at the cams, and you're already eliminating them as a suspect? Look. They were searched. They didn't have any poison, any drugs, not even a stick of gum. Even if they somehow did have poison on them, the camera footage confirms they had no opportunity to use it. They drank from the same bottle as a dead man. As far as the department's concerned, they were nearly the second victim. But they aren't dead, or even ill from the sound of things. So you think he poisoned his own cup beforehand, then poured for the both of them from the safe bottle? That's what the evidence is telling us. There is nothing in the bottle or the witness's cup. But after drinking from his cup, a cup he prepared himself, he fell ill and the witness didn't. And Asher died with a foreign substance in his body.
An unidentified foreign substance.
Suicide by poison. I get that you were close and simple explanations aren't all that satisfying, but that's life. One last thing. You just... Oh my god, excuse me.
You're fine.
Just caught in a burp.
We all been there.
Whew. One last thing. You just said he prepared his cup himself. Did you see that on camera? He left the parlor to get the drinks and came back with his already poured. The witness says he got them from the basement. The witness says that, not the cameras.
There's no cams in the lab or the basement.
That seems like a security hazard. Why would Noble not set things up more carefully?
It's intentional. If cams in his lab ever got hacked, outsiders could steal his IP and kick Noble's monopoly to the curb.
Right. David did complain about Noble's weird protocols for combating corporate espionage.
At least we can take comfort in knowing that Father wasn't alone when he died.
Yeah, that's worth investigating.
Okay.
Okay.
Info.
Indeed. Oh, we got something here. I'm gonna take another sip. Password locked, but already cracked by the police, it seems.
All the docs were take home safe. Nothing's spicy.
When was it last used?
7:48 p.m.
Still reading work emails only a few minutes before he committed suicide? Oh, morbid. There's a lot of messages marked priority that breadcrumb their way back to an article. Huh. Oh, warm android blood saves soldier's life.
This one.
Oh, it's this one. Yeah. Which I think we read already, right?
We
No.
did. I think we had a
Maybe we
snippet
just
of
heard
it,
about
but yeah, I think we should.
Okay. Yeah, in a stunning and heroic episode, one of our nation's brave soldiers had their life saved by a noble android, and in a way that no other competitor's product could. A brave private, name withheld, was wounded during a military operation whose exact nature and location is currently classified. Bleeding badly and far from the nearest triage station, he was carried to safety by his fellow freedom fighter, an animate 16 enforcer, one of the few warm androids being currently tested out by the armed forces. But the android didn't just sit there and wait for evac. It opened up its own arteries and pumped life-saving UD, universal donor, synthetic plasma into the young man's veins, stabilizing him long enough for him to reach a military hospital.
So it's blood.
So it's blood. It's blood. They're blood bots.
Yeah, they're
cool.
blood. They're
blood.
They have blood.
They have blood. Blood bots. Sick. Cool. Awesome.
So they're just they are people. They've made people. Turns out they've made people.
Synthetic blood, but it's still
blood.
Sure
That's
is
still blood.
That's blood. Soylent Green is people. Like it's like I have no doubt he'd be dead if there was any other android fighting alongside him, said one commanding officer who asked not to be named. I always thought Noble was only good at making ads that look good. Now I know they've got something inside them that no one else can compete with.
Blood.
Blood. They have blood. They have literal blood. And we can, drain them of blood and deprive them of blood. And I mean, killing them. We can kill them. They're alive. That's what I'm saying. The story brings a well-deserved shot in the arm to Noble's stock prices and market share. With this one heroic moment, Noble's warm androids have proven themselves to be worth their price tag and then some. And the people in the Capitol are paying attention. It's certainly an interesting idea, Senator Mathing says when asked about committing to a military contract for Noble to provide the armed forces with war models.
You specifically want soldiers that bleed. You specifically want the robots that can bleed.
We want the ones that can bleed and they can feel and they pass the Turing test.
Yeah,
and they can
perfect,
think and they have personalities.
Specifically for the military. We need God.
Well, this whole thing is that
they're fragile too.
they have like a layer of synthetic skin holding them together.
God.
And they have I mean, this was the whole thing that like they've been saying, like, what's the fucking point of warm androids? Like, we're not gonna put them in the military, but now it's like there's this, and they're like, oh shit.
I just feel like you can pack the non-sentient ones with blood bags and accomplish a similar thing. You don't...
Right?
You don't...
Yeah. You could just have...
Put a cooler in their
blood
chest and have it contain blood.
Yeah. And then you can do blood transfusions in the field. Like, do we not think of that?
But like, also, this is part of why AI is banned, I assume.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because this is the whole argument is that warm androids technically, according to them, like don't have.
But also
like,
David's robots all pass the Turing test. So, like, what's the fucking difference? That's our question. Sincerely,
Yeah.
I think that's sort of a question that we need to examine this chapter. Is like, what is the difference between AI as legally defined in this world and they call them UI, which is incredibly confusing, but fine. We'll tolerate it. And where, like, why is David able to make these Turing test passing robots that still qualify as UI?
Yes. Yeah. It is a conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like, and also what's making Sarah special? I mean, she's obviously special, and I think she's
obviously special,
AI.
but counterpoint, people aren't wildly weirded out by her asking questions and things like that.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, all of his androids pass the Turing test, so it's like, they're gonna approach them kind of all the same anyway, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I'm almost finished with this. This story's got people talking. If we just ignored our constituents' feelings on this matter, we'd be neglecting our duty as politicians. And I know none of my peers would ever try to put a price on life of one of our soldiers. While additional details about the incident have remained closely guarded, the net is already ablaze with talk of, "Oh damn, you're not logged into this device."
Okay.
We can't read it anymore. Yep. This is that article that I've seen going around. But why would Noble have it marked as priority? Starling said that they weren't in any rush to pat each other on the back over it, even though they'd won themselves a real prize.
Military contract,
yeah. They now have the excuse they need to pressure the military into a contract for warm androids. Can't dismiss the expensive upgrade as unnecessary now that it's saved a soldier's life. This time next year, there'll be pink oxidizing fluid being spilt all over the globe.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, it's a chair.
Oh, it's a chair. Okay. One chair knocked over, probably where David was sitting. And one chair pulled out. A party of two. He never cared much for socializing, but he enjoyed hosting. Contradictory guy. What else? Oh, window. I always admired this view. The buildings gleam with reflections of holograms and sunlight, and their shadows obscure all the run-down, rotting parts of town. Maybe the view's secondary. Maybe all anyone really wants is to put as much distance between them and the street level as possible.
Is it possible that a witness could have seen something through these windows?
Not through these windows, no. David installed wide-spectrum auto tint in all his homes and his car.
I didn't know that.
Well, you wouldn't notice unless you were viewing the penthouse from more than...
Why did he care so much about his windows?
He was private.
Yeah.
Or maybe
or
that was
Noble was private.
Installed by Noble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yep. Police androids monitoring the scene. Could almost mistake them for being the real thing, the way they stand there trying to look important. Like an indoor dog taking its first trip to the park. Huh.
Pardon?
Why are you looking at it like you've never seen an android before?
Because I haven't. In person.
Yeah, she was like just born, right?
Well,
or never
no.
left the basement.
But also specifically, David didn't have any androids.
That's true. There
So
were
even
never
if she
androids
did
in
leave
house.
the basement and went around the house, she wouldn't have seen an android.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. David didn't even let you have a mirror? Oh, brutal. Just scan its gin if you're that curious. Unless that's considered too forward or whatever. Seems like that's everything critical on this side of the room. Which leaves the kitchen. You said there's camera footage on the dining room showing David and his guest. What about in here?
Only camera in the kitchen is the one mounted on the call terminal. The console took a snap image when the witness ran into contact emergency services.
Okay, well, even from this angle, I see that there's a little nook over in the left that is outside of view. So we'll need to check that out.
Yep. May I see it?
Not unless you scrape the witness's face off the first pic.
Don't tempt me. Can't you just redact it? Just like put a little block over his face or something.
Oh,
I don't
well,
know.
let me see the little nook. There's a nook. I saw it. There's
that?
a little nook right over here. I can't get it. I can't get there. Guess it doesn't matter.
That's just the futuristic Spy Kids microwave. That's all that
You're
is.
right. You're right. I will put it out of my mind. No more futuristic nook. Knife block, though.
Don't worry about it. And we've got regular knives. Regular futuristic
What
knives.
also... Why is the knife block here? Sorry, I'm just looking
You gotta
around.
You gotta go across the room to get the knives.
Okay. I mean, it's good counter space, but it's not near anything.
I don't know. You put your knives where you want to. I don't know. Cutting up the books. Messy workspaces, but a pristine kitchen full of books. I guess cookbooks. David was a good cook, but only for others. Unless he had a guest, he'd happily eat instant ramen and protein bars for all 3 meals, or 2, or 1. No signs of food prep to be found, not so much as a cheese board. So whoever this guest was, they must have shown up unannounced.
Interesting.
Huh, it is interesting. 3 unwashed dishes and a single glass. Reyes, these dishes haven't been scanned for prints yet.
And
I just assumed you might want to do your job. I don't know.
yeah, there are prints. Most match the victim. But there's also... Hey! Don't sneak up on me like that!
All I did was walk over to you.
You knocked over the salt, Adonai.
Oh.
I was focused on the task at hand!
Oh, didn't realize tunnel vision was a selling point on your mod.
Adonai, the salt.
You're right. It's bad luck. I'm sorry. It's important. I need to throw it over my shoulder. I'll get to it.
As I was saying, the witness's prints are on that glass.
That glass in the sink? They were drinking from cups in the parlor. Did you see the glass on camera?
No.
So when did they touch this glass?
You need to toss it over your shoulder.
Yep.
I'll get there.
A witness must have thought about giving the guy some water, but he would have just choked on it if they had tried.
What? You think the glass was from the... What? You think this glass was the murder weapon?
It's bad luck, Adonai.
Whacked him on the back of his head so fast he went between video frames.
Oh, that's genius. You should go through the footage frame by frame to prove your theory. Ugh, mature. Ooh, sorry, there's ice in the background.
Look.
What have you been going on about? The salts? Shouldn't a machine be above petty superstition?
It's not a superstition. It's an ancient wisdom.
Give me one logical reason to care, then.
If too much salt spills onto your food, it'll make you gag.
Maybe it's on me for setting the bar too low there.
We just left it. It's just spilled.
We just left the spilled salt. It's bad luck.
There's a little stepping stool, but nothing in the cabinets. So I don't know what that's... Oh, it's probably to get this.
Oh, pots and
Yes.
stuff.
These
up there.
cabinets
Okay.
empty. These cabinets full of stuff.
A couple of pots. Yep.
Okay. We'll do this first.
This is where the emergency call was made. What time did the call go out?
8:04 p.m. Before you ask, the witness left the parlor at 8:03 p.m. Not enough time for them to alter the scene.
I wasn't going to ask that. When did the medics arrive?
8:08 p.m., remember?
Oh, hell of a response time for a penthouse. Huh. Private EMS came by air?
Yeah, they landed on the VTOL pad you saw outside. Took him to Gatesfield. The very best, if you can afford it.
Looking around here, seems like he could afford a lot. He got his insurance through his employer, just like most people.
Caduceus's executive plan 4 isn't like most people, counselor.
Oh, he had executive level?
I mean, yeah, he made the most profitable thing in the world, right?
Of course, yeah. Not like most people at all. We're getting a lot of things in our notes.
We are. Yep. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Subpoena.
A subpoena.
A legal order issued by the state on behalf of the prosecution or the defense that compels the addressed party to give testimony, provide information, or turn over evidence. Failure to comply with the subpoena will result in being charged with contempt of court. Okay. Oh, God, it did the thing.
She went down to the bottom.
It did the thing. Okay. Designer, okay. Wait, how many more do we have? Just these two?
Just two. Designer drug and CDCA. This is just designer drug. In the literal sense, designer merely denotes any drug that is custom made as opposed to mass produced, typically outside of normal pharmaceutical industry standards. In common parlance, however, designer drugs, DDs, deeds, or DEDs, are illicit narcotics formulated to produce a recreational high. While the CDCA and the white wave that followed it legalized and taxed virtually all known narcotics, it did so alongside extensive documentation and study. And those laws could only apply to drugs that already existed. Any drug patented after the white wave must go through approval processes and registration with national and international authorities, a time-consuming process that can take anywhere from 6 months to several years. This time lag creates a window of opportunity wherein organized criminal groups can step in. Hello? Can you scroll down?
Yep. Sorry.
No, you're good. Step in to meet the demands for a narcotic. What has become known as riding the wave is the new normal for the international drug trade, pitting mob chemists against corporate laboratories in a race to develop newer, more powerful, more easily habit-forming drugs and cornering the market on them before legislation.
Exactly. Exactly. Is Nerve legal yet? Best new Deads 20. You're looking for Deads? It's like, I feel like if it's called Dead.
You're just Googling best new Deads on the black market.
Okay, let's flag Nirvana is mentioned twice there, though. That's interesting.
Nirvana is, okay, yep. Cool. Sorry, I had thought I cut out there for a moment. I was
nope, you're good.
I was like, oh no. CDCA.
I was sitting there thinking about what a miserable phrase the white wave that legalized all the drugs was. Sorry. A series of laws passed in 2060s that decriminalized all narcotics use and established the Bureau of Narcotics Oversight to administrate the production, licensing, distribution, and taxation of drugs across the country. Overwhelmed by civil unrest and eager to replenish government coffers, the CDCA were intended to reduce the backlog of criminal cases across the country and provide much-needed tax income while also incentivizing immigration with the promise of amnesty. So they didn't want people to go to jail for drugs. Okay.
They wanted to get people out of jail for drugs, like
to
interesting.
Fill government coffers as well. Okay.
To make money, I guess.
In what was considered a domino effect, other major nations across the globe passed comparable laws to build up their own depleted war chests and revitalize their local economies. The so-called white wave of global amnesty overturned the international drug trafficking market in just a few short years. The gray wave followed soon after, as money-starved criminal organization waged economic and literal war against multinational corporations for dominance of the new gray market. Fierce competition for government licenses and to produce classic narcotics emerged alongside a race to develop new, more powerful designer drugs and to monopolize on their sale in the months it would take the government to identify and legalize them. While rates of addiction and overdose deaths have dropped since their peak in the last 2 decades, the dangers associated with untested designer drugs and drug distributors' eagerness to earn new customers has continued to fuel debate over the legacy of the CDCA and the white wave as a whole.
Okay.
And then we got articles, Android blood saves. Yeah, we know. That one we know.
Read that.
We read that one.
Okay,
And
cool.
then evidence. We have a bunch of them, which I think we can go through in a bit, but we've been actively getting these, so.
Yes. Can you go to David's cup, actually?
Okay.
I just wanted to.
Why?
You clicked on it, sort of.
I know.
Because
I was saying that we've actively been gathering these. So
yeah, I guess we already know sort of this information.
That's why I clicked out of it.
Yep.
It's like we can review these when we're doing evidence stuff, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
David's fridge.
Jeez.
Normally, I wouldn't go poking in the pantry at a crime scene, but this was a poisoning. Some white wines chilling in the drawer, some real cheap liquor stuffed in the icebox. Old habits. Reyes, you said he left the parlor and came back with that whiskey from the basement?
That's what the cams show. Yeah.
There's plenty to drink right here. And unlike the cabinets downstairs, it's actually cold. He must have wanted Rose River in particular. What's that look for? You hungry?
I am an android. I do not get hungry. Are you being sarcastic?
Only mostly. I thought you said you required organic nourishment.
I do ingest organic substances, but that doesn't mean that I experience hunger as you do.
So when you don't ingest organic substances for a long time, you,
I become tired.
Oh, what a great feature.
And when I'm done digesting, I
don't need to know. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh.
You've now had the chance to survey the crime scene.
Yeah.
So, do you think you know what happened?
Detective, is his body still at the hospital morgue?
Yeah, he's at Gatesfield. Along with 100 noble Megs who've all called dibs.
Then I'll just have to cut in line. Sarah, get me a ride to Gatesfield Memorial. What? You can do that, can't you?
I can.
But
I need your payment information to get started.
I don't have a credit card.
Yeah, okay.
Understood. On my way down. Got it?
Sync complete.
Set pickup for 10 minutes. Should be plenty. Okay.
The crowd down there seems to have gotten quite large. 10 minutes to reach the pickup spot may be an ambitious target, Adonai.
How bad can it be? Wait, the date, this is so weird because the dates are doing that thing where they almost intercept with the real life dates.
It's just how it's kind of tracked out.
It's kind of been when we play this. That's so funny. As I approach the lobby's exit, the building's soundproofing begins to fail. The crowds have gotten bigger, but there's something else happening out there. The energy's not panicked yet, but it's creeping up on the tipping point.
Why do these all look like boy band members? What's going on? It's like they're all gonna go like ba ba ba. I don't know.
Are this many people pissed at Noble for selling androids? The hell's gotten into them all the hell's gotten them all excited?
Adonai, what does that symbol mean?
In this rabble? Probably something vulgar. Which one?
The heart, with a bullet hole.
Oh.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
Based on net associations, it appears to be a symbol for the Heartbreak Killer.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why would that freak have a symbol? Or a following? Or these, whatever these people are? Why the hell would they be outside David Asher's apartment?
Because Noble's trying to cover up the truth.
They are?
Those Megs in there are scrambling to shred every document they can. We need to stick together, form a perimeter, and try to catch them when they go to dump the scraps.
Sarah?
What are you hoping to find?
Proof that Asher was killed for trying to blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle on Heartbreak?
Noble doesn't want the world to know that the A-16 is sentient and homicidal.
Oh. You think that Heartbreak is an android?
You think whoever did that, all that was human? Noble's advanced prototype went amok and started killing.
Started killing random people?
Oh, don't be a lamb. It only looks random. There's a clear pattern as long as you're smart enough to see past the bullshit.
Oh, okay.
And how does one see past the bullshit?
I love that you read that. Stop engaging.
Oh, smart kid, she gets it. She's asking the right questions.
What the hell are you talking about? This is the masked man, but okay. No way those victims weren't related. It's gotta be deniable ops. They must have all been in DO together before getting their records bleached. Then, as soon as they've outlived their usefulness...
What are you, nuts? Everyone knows the first 6 HK got to were the 6 prototypes that came before him. Warm androids so perfect no one could tell the diff. A bullet to the heart's the only way they could have killed those other over-engineered freaks.
Everyone's got a goddamn opinion.
I see.
Stop seeing, start moving. These people are insane. Why don't you eat some more corn slop, asshole? You think you can be the cyberpunk without ever thinking for yourself? Fucking sheeple.
Be the cyberpunk.
Yeah. You think it's a coincidence victim number 6 was working on Harco crops? You're putting something in the food, man.
Those people. Heartbreak. This is...
A goddamn embarrassment. What the hell am I paying taxes for if the state can't shut this shit down?
What about you, Adonai? What do you think about this Heartbreak figure?
They're just a murderer. Should be caught and sentenced like any other murderer.
But they must have some reason for doing such terrible things. Aren't you curious?
Why? Are some reasons for committing murder better than others?
They might have experienced trauma or abuse. They might have...
Millions of people experience trauma and abuse every day. Millions. And yet there's only one heartbreak.
So, you think that they were just born that way?
That's my guess.
That's
Unsatisfying?
sad.
I don't see why it would be.
If Heartbreak was born like that, then they never had a chance to be anything else.
If Heartbreak was born like that, then none of us normal people have to ever worry about turning out like them,
That kind of predestination, it means they never have to take responsibility for what they are.
The state can make them take responsibility. As soon as they catch them, I don't know.
You make it sound so trivial. They're a very dangerous serial killer.
Just a serial killer.
Just
If HK shot someone every day, it would take them 1,132 years and about 11 months.
in order to have killed
413,789 people.
You did that in your head?
I'm good at mental math.
You counted the leap years. But what is the significance of that number?
Deaths within 18 months of the Blakefort industrial disaster. Times that number by 2 for the injuries, tack on another 183% for the birth defects. 413,000 dead, and there wasn't anything evil about it. Just human error, some shoddy welding, and time.
So, you think that heartbreak is nothing by comparison? Perhaps that is the problem, then. If they're nothing, if they represent nothing, then they can stand for whatever the crowd wants them to.
Get rid of filth, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan's like, oh, well, okay, well, shit. My new paralegal.
Please make way. Officials are coming through. Please disperse.
Keep walking, pigs.
Fascists!
Noble owns the cops.
Oh god, I forgot. Hi. Only the cops that they build into their factories.
Very funny. Why are we tolerating this shit?
You want me to wade into the crowd with a nightstick? Prove 'em wrong?
You know what I mean. We're the only people in this city trying to do some goddamn good, and they all just...
That's just part of the job, detective.
No offense, ma'am, but wearing a police badge earns you a little more hate than... Do they give prosecutors badges? I don't know.
I have an ID for the parking garage. Does that count?
Depends. You ever hesitate to wear it out in the open?
This moral relativism of yours seems like a strange philosophy for someone in your profession, Adonai.
Breaking out the thesaurus on me?
Morgan look all evil. I mean, like, she is, but, like, in this moment,
I'm only being realistic and humble. I'm just one woman, Sarah. Whatever I do, right or wrong.
Wait, Morgan, are you just admitting this to Sarah right now? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, what's happening? What is happening? It's less than 1% rounding error in the grand scheme of things. Wait, what?
Do you tell that to your clients?
No, but they come to appreciate it when I win.
I don't mean cops in particular. The same deal applies to anyone who works for the state. The terms are stark, but the ink dried a long time ago, and we all agreed on them.
I don't recall voting for it.
Well, not voting is how these things come to pass, so we traded freedom for safety. Individual rights for collective power. The state won. The citizens lost. Very least we can do is take their criticisms head on.
Look, I don't have a problem with the responsibilities of authority.
Only with authority being challenged.
But they treat us like we're the bad guys.
Well, sometimes we are. Sometimes the law is wrong. So, if any given individual is too small to ever affect change...
So if the public's gonna hate us no matter what we do...
And if corporations and governments will trample over people the same regardless of their character...
And if we can't even be sure we're doing the right thing...
What do you do, Adonai?
What the hell do we even do? I think it's pretty simple.
It's not as complicated as you'd think.
In times like these,
In a world like this,
the only logical way to live is...
the only moral way to act is do whatever it takes to win.
Sorry, I desynced from you.
I followed. You just talk and I'll follow if that ever happens.
Amazing. If I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things, I can do my worst and no one will notice.
If power is inherently evil, holding back won't save your soul.
Just fight with both barrels.
And trust the opposition to do the same. Winner take all.
That was fun.
That was good. Hell yeah. That was rad as hell.
Mhm.
That was awesome.
Glad we finally are assembling the cast too. It's nice. I like getting everybody not literally together, but yeah, I'm enjoying seeing the cast dynamic start to build.
Yeah. And we're starting to see a little more of the other characters, like POVs and thoughts and feelings on things and stuff. Yeah. Ooh, that's good. Let's continue into the next scene a little bit, and then I think it might be a good place to jump up and take a break.
I completely agree.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get to a point where I can bring up the menu and then we can pause. Which I think is now.
Thank you. You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, perfect. Oh, we've got 3 more terms that we can look at whenever we come back. That's awesome.
Alrighty. Feeling good, liking this energy. Let's take a break, take a stretch, get some water, get some hot chocolate, pet a dog, and we will see
Hydrate.
you all in just a little bit.
Yes. All right. We'll see you shortly, folks.
Welcome back from break, everybody. I hope you got something nice and cooling. Opened a window. I hope there's a breeze. Wishing for good things for everybody.
Inshallah, you have some AC.
I'm gonna be so real. I did make hot cocoa, which is not the appropriate vibe of the day, but it is what I did.
God,
Whoa.
Is she good? I had literal floor time. I just laid down on the ground.
No, I've been there. Sometimes you just need to be one with the ground.
Yep. Sometimes you just need to plank and then do some crunches and be like, okay, I'm here. Victor's making banana bread, so there is banana bread in the oven right now, and I can smell it, and it smells really good.
That sounds delicious. My treat this week is I went and got 4 pieces of salt bread that had different flavors, and they were so good.
Ooh,
one had
that sounds so
salmon
good.
roe, and one had truffle, and one they were so good. Oh my god, I want to go there again.
Wait, where was this?
It's in Koreatown. It was really good. I think it's called Out of Orty. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, point being, delicious little treat, and that was my little self treat this week.
Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds so good. Oh, sorry, Chad. Sorry, y'all want banana bread now. My favorite thing to do with the banana bread is to pan fry it in some butter the next day and like sprinkle a little extra like cinnamon on it, or like a berry compote.
That does sound
I'm so
real good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so excited.
Sounds really
I'm so
good.
excited for banana bread breakfast. Okay, we've got some terms we can review here before we go into the next scene, perhaps.
Deniable ops. Deniable is a fictional classification for clandestine state actions that need to be taken responsibility for because plausible deniability and military disinformation efforts create enough confusion that every party involved, even the victims, can spin the outcome to suit their own needs. No such designation exists. Deniable ops are a common recurring concept in online conspiracy theories, often used to wave away questions about why supposedly explosive events are never reported on through the media or addressed by world governments. It is also commonly claimed that deniable ops make ample use of private military contractors in order to further distance governments from the political ramifications of their military actions. Conspiracy theories are no laughing matter. If you're worried that someone you know might be indoctrinated or spreading misinformation themselves, you can report them to the state or our non-confidential portal here.
Non-confidential portal. It's funny.
Turn in your friends.
Yep.
Cyberpunk.
Rat 'em out. Cyberpunk. Noun. A mythological countercultural icon.
Mythologized.
Mythologized. Thank you. I just couldn't.
It's okay.
Originally a term coined in a short science fiction story and later having grown into a genre all of its own, cyberpunk historically has referred to a counterculture centered around the themes of underdogs resisting powerful corporate or government forces through digital guerrilla warfare. While the genre has persisted to modern times and evolved in numerous ways over the last 2 decades, it has taken on new meaning as a kind of mythologized way of being for the adolescent or disaffected to aspire to. A code of conduct that emphasizes anti-authoritarianism, community organizing, corporate disengagement, and socioeconomic consciousness. The so-called singular cyberpunk has become the 21st century man without a name, a wanderer with their own rule of law. Cultural critic Simon Essentia summarized the appeal as thus: "There's no such thing as a 21st century hero. It is any wonder the most vulnerable. Is it any wonder the most vulnerable among us turn to the past for guidance?" Users also frequently searched for "Get ready with me, cyberpunk." The 99 Man explained, "Are co-ops illegal?"
I love the idea of a cyberpunk. I don't know. I've never even thought of thought of that as a
cyberpunk.
As an idea.
Yeah.
All right, the Blakeford disaster. Congestion ahead. We're currently limiting traffic related to this particular search due to large number of edits coming in from a net addressing outside your net addresses outside your country's borders. We're proud to fight alongside variable user country in combating disinformation by foreign actors like those in variable user adversary latest. We can you can read more about how and why this collaboration works here. Tired of running into slowdowns? So are we. But maintaining a secure data border takes resources. Contact your representative and explain why you think the national data security budget needs to be expanded using our easy write-in form here.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Cool.
All right. That's not for us.
Yeah, it's being censored right now. Cool. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. And the next time that Bridezilla texts you, just turn your phone off. Chatty guy. Must have been due to go on break. When he tried and failed to find the witness's medical record, his datapad had the name blackened out. But I did see that they have Caduceus Executive 3, more expensive than David's, which means they most likely...
How did you do that?
You need to hold the button to get the doors to close faster. Mashing does nothing.
That's not what I meant. There were many others who arrived before us. How did you get us down here so quickly?
Well, I didn't do anything. It was that nurse who escorted us.
Yes, but you managed to get a stranger like him to help. You with so few words, so little information. I don't think you even gave him your name.
Haven't you heard of the golden rule?
Of course I have. Treat others how you would want to be treated.
Wrong. Treat others how they would want to be treated. He wanted someone that he could vent to. He wanted someone to pay attention to him, and he wanted to feel appreciated. Which meant he'd be eager to help, given the chance.
Even just reading someone's mood is quite difficult. How can you know how another person wants to be treated?
There are no mind readers. No one can ever know anything about what anyone's thinking. Maybe not even themselves. Doesn't matter if they're your parent, your twin, your lover. It'll always be a gamble.
That is not a very comforting sentiment.
Well, I think it's fun.
Only because you're good at it. How did you get good at it?
Same as anything. Observation and practice.
You must have been observing and practicing for a very long time, then. So, we proceed down the hall, bear left, look for the fourth door.
I'm gonna open the one that says morgue on it.
Oh, wow. Centipede.
Whoa, hi, other character? Hello? You have centipedes all over your body that go through your shirt. Are you a robot? I don't know. Okay, hi.
Oh, hey. Coming in. Don't stand out there in the cold wouldn't be accurate. Sorry about the chill in here, but I run a little hot. And you can see my roommates never complain.
Oh my god, I love her.
Yumi Sato, medical examiner.
Ah, Dr. Sato. Just the lady I wanted to see. I love her, her clear, like, plastic morgue coat.
I do like it. It's a fun
it's
little
great.
detail.
Yeah. Though I didn't expect to get to. Wait, though I didn't expect to get to. The fact that they've assigned a medical examiner and not some adder junior means.
Oh, you can just call me Yumi. And you're...
Morgan. I represent the deceased. Yeah, I think they are tattoos, but they're going, like, oh, it's just like the top of her shirt is just.
She's got
like,
a
she's got a little mesh thing underneath.
Yeah, she's got a mesh like turtleneck, but it's like it doesn't go on her arms.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand now. When it was just
there's a lot of
art,
layers of stuff going on here that's a little hard to parse, but yes.
Exactly. Okay, I see it now.
The deceased. Oh, the deceased. Asher D. Wait, really? That's weird. I thought this time slot was scheduled for a group of noble PR people who...
I know. Weird, right?
Well... Oh, what the hell do I know? Was getting tired of hosting Megs anyway. I gotta finish typing up this report before we talk shop, but in the meantime, feel free to make yourself at home.
Alright,
Morgue.
time to explore, check out the body.
Water in the morgue. Water in the morgue.
Is that what? Water? Huh?
I mean, I
Is that what
assume
that-
that's water.
I assume that's just like ice.
I mean, it could be
it's
like
the
cold
effect-
fumes off of,
like
yeah.
cold fumes. Yeah, but stylized.
Are these dead bodies?
One would hope so.
I only meant that I'm surprised to see them stored here. It suggests a backlog, which suggests a higher murder rate than the public data would lead one to expect.
Do you only examine bodies for the police, doctor?
Oh, I wish. Nah, most of my job involves confirming COD on natural deaths for insurance adjustments. Insurers want to blame the mod for failing. Mod makers want to blame the stiff for not exercising enough. Family says the company insurance plan would pay for mods, but not a gym membership. Yeah, that whole wall there is suspected defective liver mods. Suspected leaking internal biobatteries. Suspected CCIC.
CCIC?
Climate change-induced complications.
You can prove that climate change contributed to an otherwise natural death?
Oh, very, very rarely.
If it can be proved, what does that mean for the family of the deceased?
Plus or minus 14% on the life insurance payout. I mean, it's most of what I do, and I don't dislike my job. It's just so much of what I do just boils down to telling a bunch of cheapskates how to split the dead man's bill.
Ooh.
It's enough to make homicide feel like a breath of fresh air. Okay.
Wow. Wild. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of screens. There's gotta be diminishing returns on productivity.
Why do you have so many monitors, ma'am?
You can't just ask someone that.
Good question. Every quarter, when they do inventory and budgeting, they ask me if I need anything, and I never do. So, I submit a blank form. But I guess a while back there was a +1 in the spreadsheet somewhere, and no one's ever corrected it, so boom. I get 4 new monitors every year.
Do you run out of things to use them for?
Sometimes, but this year I've started running 2 dramas at once when I'm doing rote work, which helps.
Watching 2 television shows at the same time helps you do rote work.
Helps me use up the screens.
I see.
I love this character so much. What's this? The hospital's getting renamed? No, guess it's some other hospital that got snapped up. Oh, hospital renamed to thank Ikaria family. In a ribbon-cutting ceremony held uptown today, Plotter Memorial Hospital was formally renamed to the Northeastern Ikaria Medical Complex in recognition of the family's incredibly generous donations over the last several years. It's the latest in a string of philanthropic efforts by the family to result in a name change after they paid for the renovations to the orchestra hall and the retrofitting of what used to be known as the Scout Arena. But it wasn't so long ago that the Ikaria were better known for drawing blood than donating it. Back before the 50s, they had a fearsome reputation for cutthroat business practices that had their business rivals going so far as to accuse them of involvement with organized crime. After the founding of Renengen Medical over 25 years ago and its subsequent sale, the Ikaria have moved out of the business world and into the upper echelons of society that are sometimes mockingly referred to as the neobility, a generation of newly minted aristocrats born from the unique and chaotic economics of the mid-21st century and the Red Decade. When asked her opinion on those who'd label her family House Ikaria at the hospital's renaming ceremony, Renengen board member Mira Ikaria had this to say: "In this country, anyone can make a name for themselves so long as they're willing to put in the work. Mock new money all you want, but the truth is that success is all about reinventing yourself. And the only ones uncomfortable with that are working hard to print out the rest of your article, character by character. It's tough work, but you gotta pay us." Okay, let's...
Okay.
Yeah. Ikaria. Guess they weren't always the same line. They weren't always in the same line of work. Now they're plastering their name wherever they can get themselves a new image. Yeah. All the neobility are eager to prop up their image wherever they can. But that must go double for the Ikarias. Assuming the truth about their criminal past is anywhere close to the rumors. Is she finishing up over there?
Right. Okay. So what's up?
Thanks for your time, Dr. Sato. My first question would be,
What was the cause of death?
Oh, wow. Hi there. Cute android. I didn't even realize it was really cute. The skin is, oh, that's remarkable. Just even looking close, you can tell, ooh, they really are warm.
whoa, girl.
Still not quite human body temperature, but oh, they've come a long way. The early gens all looked flushed, felt like they were always running a fever, and they ran like it too. Even 2 years ago, the average warm android only lasted...
Sorry, but the circumstances surrounding this particular case call for expediency.
Oh, right. Right. So, what can I tell you? Talk screen? I mean, both are interesting, and neither
Both
has a
are-
lockout.
Yeah. So we want to start with talk screen? Yeah. The police mentioned a talk screen.
Yeah, oof, that's the thing. They ran a talk screen when he first arrived. Typical diagnostic intake procedure. And based on the emergency call, they figured he must have overdosed on something, but the talk screen gave them nothing. After he died, we performed the broadest screenings possible, and then nothing.
So were you forced to conclude this was a natural death?
I didn't give up that easy. I took blood samples and compared their makeup with what was on record in his previous medical history, and I managed to isolate a single non-naturally occurring chemical compound that wasn't there before.
What was it? Some exotic toxin from a different hemisphere?
I wish. I ran it through every available database we have access to, and even a few I only sort of have access through some friends. Not only does it not match any known poison, it doesn't match the chemical makeup of any registered compound.
Whoa. Huh. So, a designer drug, huh?
That seems to be the best explanation.
What the hell did you do, David?
You said it didn't match any registered compound. What about compounds that aren't registered?
Those friends of yours, private sector folks?
Yeah, and pharmaceuticals.
If one of them patented a new compound, a new drug, what would keep its formula from going on the record?
In the private sector, intellectual piracy is the norm, so you're expected to protect your research aggressively.
Patent first, find a use later.
A patent would have to at least describe your compound in brief, but depending on what country you file in, I've heard it may be considered prudent to keep the actual chemical makeup off record.
Smart. Using international IP laws as your own personal minefield.
How so?
Whenever you're ahead, patents as much as you can, as fast as you can, but bury the formulas so no one knows where it's safe to walk. Anybody small and ambitious comes along, finds a new drug they're excited about, you flip up your card, let them know you came up with the idea years ago. And that you'll give them death by 1,000 court dates if they so much as blink. Wouldn't work on anyone your size or bigger. They could punch back, but for the rest of the field...
Wow, you corporate lawyers are scary.
I'm not a corporate lawyer.
So you came up with that strategy just now?
So it's possible this poison is actually a known substance, something that the hospital could have easily identified.
If it wasn't considered a trade secret.
Yes, unfortunately that is a possibility.
Still, just because a drug is new, that doesn't mean it's original.
Does the effect that this compound has remind you of any other drug? Maybe one that's prescription only, or a controlled substance. One that might know by another name, but with a patented structure.
Oh, sorry, sweetheart. It's a general depressant. There are a lot of drugs that have that effect on the body, and they come in all shapes and sizes from all kinds of places.
If the effect was unremarkable, what about its strength? Could you estimate how much of this stuff he had in his body, all told?
Not precisely. No, not without detailed knowledge on its half-life, but I'd guess that it must have been about 20 milligrams.
Is 20 milligrams a lot?
Not for a medicine. This wasn't just an overdose of something relatively harmless then.
No, not if 20 mil was enough to crash his entire nervous system.
Interesting. So wait, so they're saying it wasn't a high dose, essentially. 20 milligrams is not a lot.
No, I mean, I'm imagining like that is like a sip of whiskey. Like,
yeah, or like,
which is a depressant.
one, yeah, I'm like trying to, yeah, that's true. Like, that is a depressant. And like, one pill of ibuprofen is like 200 milligrams. So, interesting. Okay. Were you able to determine the cause of death?
Well, cause of death, sure. We got that much figured out at least.
Why doesn't that sound particularly reassuring?
Dr. Asher died of respiratory failure. Not enough oxygen in the blood, not enough blood going to the brain. Root cause being widespread depression of the central nervous system.
What would the symptoms be? What would it have looked like?
Lightheadedness, followed by dizziness, then headaches, slurred speech, exhaustion, loss of consciousness, and finally, respiratory arrest. Reports show that the EMTs tried intubation, then resuscitation through electrical stimulation repeatedly. And by the time he got to the emergency room, they were desperate enough to attempt direct artificial blood oxygenation, but it was too late.
And you are certain of this?
Oh, most of it, sweetie.
Most of it?
Yeah. It turned out into quite the puzzle, and I'm used to having more pieces to start with. I was surprised a man as rich and famous as him didn't have any kind of biomes, but his files show.
He wasn't a viable candidate for modding.
Yeah, that's right. Without that kind of first-hand tech, we don't have nearly as much data as we'd like. But he was extensively monitored from the moment the EMTs arrived. We're very certain about our conclusion.
So the fact that he wasn't compatible for modding and wasn't modded meant that, like, he basically just, like, didn't go to the hospital or didn't go to a doctor or didn't go to modders, like, to have any of his, like, biometrics, like, recorded at all. So he, like, wasn't on record and they maybe just didn't know how to treat him.
Yeah, and it seems like this is a recurring theme both now in the medical side of things, but also on the police side of things, where because they have so much data from so many things, it seems like systems don't actually know how to diagnose. Because they already have so much data that if they don't have that data, they don't necessarily know how to operate in the way that like they currently would.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And again, we saw that in chapter 0 with police too, where they're like, it's so rare that that cases aren't already solved when they come to us.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. Did you find anything else unusual about his body in your examination? Cuts or bruises?
No injection sites, nothing in any cavities.
Nothing at all, huh? Okay. Thank you, Yumi.
Of course. So, you ready to view the body? We could skip it if you want. I know most people get squeamish around corpses.
Yeah, that
Shouldn't be a problem.
shouldn't be a problem.
Okay then. Let's get started. Okay. All right. I'll just step out for a moment to give you some privacy.
Yes, please. Thank you. The last time we talked was on a Sunday. You were complaining. I remember that. It's the principle of the matter. Right. You had ordered this cheap piece of shit sculpture or something by mistake. And it came damaged, and you wanted to send it back for a refund. I gently reminded you how, with your salary, it was literally not worth your time. And I kindly offered to throw it out for you, since you're having so much trouble letting go. You're only offering because you want to see how loud it sounds shattering at the bottom of my trash can. I denied it, even though you were right, and it was obvious. I should have let you have that one.
I thought that he would look different. But he looks exactly the same as I remember. His skin is pale, and he's very still. But his face is the same. His hair, his hands.
You were expecting something more drastic?
The last time I saw him, he was alive. He smiled, and he told me he would see me soon. Now he's dead. Something is gone, and I can't find the difference. I'm trying to look harder, but I think I might just not be capable of it. And I wonder why. Why was I created to not be capable?
Could be an issue of skill. I don't know. Or maybe it's not something that can be seen, no matter how hard you look. But it's there. I guarantee it. I've seen the transition enough times to be sure that between life and death, the distinction has significance. To the dead, at the very least.
You are going to smoke here? Now?
I'll pay the fine.
That is not the issue.
Were you expecting me to fall to pieces? Real boys grieve in all kinds of ways, Pinocchio.
And some don't grieve at all, it seems.
I'm a cold woman. Sorry to disappoint. The hell? Why the hell won't this thing light? Ugh.
Adonai, you have your cigarette backwards.
All right, that's back into cold storage for him, so need anything else?
Can you send me the chemical makeup of that compound you isolated?
Sure, for what it's worth. Let me just... there.
It's got carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen with hexagonal structures. So it's organic. But there's a number of metallic elements too. And if you had to speculate on its intended use based on what we know of its structure?
Well, it certainly acted like a depressant, binding to receptor pathways and affecting the balance of neurotransmitter reuptake.
Depressants are pretty rare in the designer drug scene.
True. People are always looking for a higher high or a crazier trip, but a more powerful depressant will just make you fall asleep. Not much need to hit up the gray market for that kind of experience.
I mean, I guess not, because people aren't using superpowered depressants to kill people because there isn't really much murder happening, I guess. Like, that's the only thing I can think of is that you use this to kill someone, which is literally what just happened.
Yeah, but there are so many other ways to kill someone. And this,
True.
visibly is leaving a trail. So it's
I
not
guess
like
that's
it hides
true.
the murder weapon. You see it.
But it makes it hard to find because it's like, you just synthesize it on the gray market really fast. And as we're finding right now, like it's very close to lots and lots of different drugs, but it's very difficult to track at the moment.
Yeah, but that requires like a really expert chemist because, right? I don't know. I think my question is it hard to track because of the corporate minefield of like announced specialty drugs? Is it hard to track because this is a really like uniquely good chemist and they've made something that is special? Or is it hard to track because they just truly don't have the systems to track anything that's not registered? I was thinking it was the first one because it was caught up in that international law minefield.
Yeah, I honestly think it might be a bit of one and a bit of three. I think maybe the nefariousness of it is as well as that it is so similar to lots of things. And that just adds to the complexities of, complication 1 and complication 3, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. No, there's not. I see. Thanks again. You've been extremely helpful during a very difficult time.
I think the other thing I'd say is like, I think you need fewer ways to poison people than you need new ways to get people high in this world.
Yes.
Right? A poison is a
true.
poison is a poison. Like, yes, clearly there's some benefit here to it being hard to track, but ultimately, if it kills the person, doesn't matter how it did it. In this case, maybe, but you don't need to make 10,000 variants.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, because the gray market is flooded with the recreational drugs that want to for highs.
Yeah, because they want people to
uppers and
keep
stuff.
on buying them.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, whereas like depressants, like Sato saying, yeah, you just made another sleeping pill. Good job. Like, so yeah, you only need one good sleeping pill and that's it, I guess. So I don't know. Interesting.
Hey, anything you need, give me a ring.
That's very generous.
Rockford's orders have got me on call, so I'm already getting overtime for this whole weekend.
Glad to hear it.
Goodbye, Yumi.
And goodbye to you, Greenie.
My name is Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Okay. Thank you, Yumi. Thank you.
Okay, early afternoon. We've got a few more hours until 6.
Okay. Up on ramps and down off ramps, above skywalks and under tram lines. Buildings get progressively more polished as we head into the most economically developed part of the city. Corporate territory. National headquarters for the likes of Howe Industries, Lockhewn, Tethys, Neath. Each of them sheltering their own micro-city of employee accommodations beneath their skyscrapers' shadows. Whalefall. The entirety of the ocean floor coming together to feast and grow and live. Live off the fetid, rotting fat of the leviathans that swallow generations of people by the mouthful.
Weight is commonly listed, and my weight is... Do I really have to disclose that?
Noble lays claim to one of the largest shadows in the city, a towering nerve center for the whole nation's android industry. It's meant to be intimidating, I'm sure, but today I'm glad that Noble keeps such a sizable physical presence here. I need answers about David and his work on Sarah. Answers I'd never get browsing the company website or speaking to a representative.
Synopsis. Relationships. There are typical trivia sections as well. Should I start there?
What is she doing? What is she filling out?
She's filling out her profile.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's the same profile info that we've seen.
Got it. Okay, cool. Noble will have their guard up, of course, but even that will tell me something. Where they let me walk, who they let me talk to.
History.
Their efforts at performative transparency and clumsy obfuscation will...
How do you know my father?
What?
I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your brooding?
No, I was planning, okay? No. What did you ask?
My father. I know you were his friend. But what was your relationship like?
Can't you just scroll through our socials?
Father avoided social media. And your online presence is not significant.
You're saying I don't have enough followers?
Essentially.
We went to the same college.
You studied programming?
No, I studied all kinds of different things as an undergrad, but not technology.
Is that a good way to prepare for law school?
I wasn't preparing for law school. Or anything else, really. David, though, he had talent, and he knew he wanted to do something with it. He studied programming, robotics, discrete math, cybernetics.
What classes did you share then?
Business ethics. I was the second best student in the class, and he
Was the first?
was the one who asked the most questions. Not sure about his actual ranking. He found the course challenging, and I clearly didn't, despite being younger. Guess he felt burned. He'd come up to me after class to argue, and sometimes to ask for help.
Father always talked about socializing like it was a chore. It was kind of you, to give him a chance.
What, like I was some kind of social butterfly? The belle of the ball?
You weren't?
One Sunday night, he knocked on my door all panicked, saying he was in bad shape for this tech course. There was a midterm or something the next day. I couldn't make heads or tails of the material, but I did my best to at least quiz him. He wasn't satisfied, though. Wanted to cram the rest of the night.
Father had to cram for an undergraduate midterm?
Did I say something scandalous?
He's been called the founder of modern programming.
Yeah, well, even founder types have poor time management when they're 21. He was already fried by that point. Wasn't hard to tell what he was really asking for. So I went and stole a study aid for him.
You stole a controlled substance? Just to help him with studying?
No, that'd be insane. No, I just pocketed some breath mints from the common room. Told him to pinch his nose and swallow fast because the taste is so strong.
You gave him a placebo.
He already knew the contents as good he ever would. Oh wait, he already knew the content as good as he ever would. What he needed was to sleep. He could barely keep his eyes open by the time I got back from my daring heist. Didn't take much convincing for him to rest his eyes just until it kicked in.
And the test?
B+, I think.
I'm surprised that father stayed close with you after that. You stole and lied to him?
I'm laughing at get placeboed, shit ass. That's really funny. I stole and lied for him. And David understood that. He was good at understanding things without me having to spell them out. But I guess that's not the kind of thing that gets passed down through programming. Anyway, we kept in touch after that. First year of grad school, he published this paper.
The Turing solution. A framework for programming adaptive linguistic heuristics.
One of his advisors came up with that title. David thought it was way too cocky, but...
But it still hadn't failed any known Turing test in the years since.
Don't act like you're the one who deserves credit for it. He called me one weekend asking for advice on how to handle all the attention. Job offers, interviews, apprenticeships, invitations to immigrate.
What did you tell him?
I don't remember telling him anything, actually. A lot of our conversations went like that. He would talk to me about whatever personal or professional problem was stuck in his head that day, and I would nod while he wore himself out. And at the end of the conversation, he'd thank me, even though I hadn't offered a single word of advice. He took Noble's offer, and they took over his education, paid him to work on his master's during the day and attend corporate training at night. And whatever else Noble may be, they were smart enough to start listening to him early.
You are referring to his 1-point doctrine.
Quality over quantity.
Simple and elegant, just like his code.
Simple and elegant. But an anathema to a global corporation with supply chains designed for maximum capacity and just-in-time manufacturing. But obviously, they got over their distaste fast enough. In the span of a few years, Noble's gone from making manual labor ads for a meager profit to being the world leader in intelligence as a service. Even as he was making money hand over fist, he still kept in contact with a nobody like me. I moved to the city for my apprenticeship, and he helped me put a down payment on my apartment.
It always confuses me when people call clearly that's a condo, right? Unless it's cyberpunk and you have to...
Small.
Well, no, I mean, it still would be a condo though, right? If you own it?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
That's always confused me when people call apartments, but they're like, I own it. And I'm like, you don't own an apartment, right?
I mean,
I thought apartments by definition were rented.
I think you can buy apartments. Like, I'm thinking about, like, in New York, like...
But what's
like
the
in New York
difference
City,
between an apartment and a condo, then? I thought a condo was an owned apartment.
I feel like condo is, like, maybe size? And, like...
But you can have, like, you could have a 2,000 square foot apartment. I'm not saying...
That's true.
You do, but you could. I don't know. I've always been confused by this. I've just always, I don't know. In my brain, I just was like, an apartment you don't own, a condo you do. But I guess that's wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think apartments are typically rented. I think you're generally right. I think condos you typically own and apartments you typically rent. But I know that you can, you can own apartments. I don't know.
I don't know. I always, sincerely, I've always operated under the assumption that you can't own an apartment. But also maybe this is a weird terminology thing where it's like, it doesn't actually mean anything. Or it's a legal term. I genuinely have no idea.
At least according to Zillow, it says that, physically they're pretty much the same, but usually apartments are typically owned by a single entity and rented out, or I guess you buy into that or whatever. And then a condo is owned by an individual. So I think you're right.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So I don't know why I should say down payment on an apartment. I guess we'll find out. Maybe it was the...
That's why I said it could also be cyberpunk.
Yeah,
where
it's
it's
true.
like,
yeah.
you have to own it, but it's an apartment because you never really own it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
And Chat's right. She could just mean security deposit. Yeah. Yeah, and cyberpunk, yeah, where you don't actually own anything. Yeah. Then made up excuses as to why he couldn't help me move boxes. So is that enough detail for you? Thoroughly convinced that he and I were, in fact, friends?
I am. But, Adonai, the favor that you owe him, What was it for?
That's private. Understand? I have zero interest in talking about it with you. Say you understand.
I understand, Adonai. We will be arriving shortly. Shall I send word ahead?
Just tell them that David's lawyer is here. Okay, Morgan. Okay, touchy subject.
Well, Morgan is at best humoring this situation. Like,
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we'll see if and when she moves past that. But right now, a few hours ago, an android that my friend owned was dropped on my lap, and I'm just dealing with it right now, you know?
Yeah, that and like one of her very good friends has died and she's trying to be super cool about it, but she went and looked at his body and like it was holding in a breakdown. So,
exactly. She's not dealing well. And then also because of the status quo of this universe, she's got a lot to overcome with Sarah specifically.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, and I see the comment she's in denial about her grief, and also, there is just so much surrounding David's death and his status and who he is and the circumstances and her role in this, and the fact that she's also a serial killer. But then I don't know, just it's complicated.
Yeah.
She's complicated. Yeah.
We're about to jump into a whole new area, and I'm realizing that we're actually already at time. So what do you think?
Yeah.
Do you want to explore the actual Noble headquarters with a very strange... I guess the logo isn't all that strange. It's just got shines over it. It also looks almost exactly like the iRobot headquarters.
It does.
Almost exactly.
It's kind of iRobot crossed with oh gosh.
1,000 Times Resist?
Fuck. No, not that. I mean, a little 1,000 Times Resist. I was thinking of our island one. Shit. I'm blanking on the name.
Paradise Killer.
Paradise Killer. It's giving a little Paradise Killer to me too. Just a little bit. But yes, we can pick up here in our next stream. I think that's great. 1,000 times Will Smith. Oh, no.
So yeah, next time we can pick up here. We're at the start of a new sequence, so we can catch up on some of the terms, profiles, and such that we gathered during that last sequence, and we can see, we're running up towards 6 p.m. So let's see what we can learn before it's time to try to put this case to a close.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see what it's like going through Noble here. And yeah, like you said, we'll review all of our files and things at the start of next episode before we jump in here. That'll be a good refresher. And I'm really intrigued by this mystery. I really like this chapter. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I just generally really enjoy the writing in this game. It's textured and it gives you interesting information to chew over, and I'm intrigued to see how it all comes together in the actual, not trial, but I'm going to call it a trial as we try to solve this.
Our preliminary hearing.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, the writing is really superb. Yeah, very well written sci-fi story. I'm really enjoying it. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us live, folks, for the folks that came here on Twitch and hung out with us. And thank you for everyone on YouTube who watches along with the VODs. We appreciate everyone's support. Yeah, thank you so much.
Definitely. And we will see you all next time, folks.
Bye, everyone.